just about set now for football in the Spanish capital of Madrid. Straight ahead, a good one in store this afternoon. It's the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. Welcome, it's Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson and Matt Gay going to kick things off. Off we go for the first ever NFL game in Madrid. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Now a screen set up for H.A. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. In motion, it's Waddle. A run with the fullback, Ingle. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
From the gun, here's Tua. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So that brings up 4th down. The veteran Jake Bailey called on to punt. So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They're led out by the former number 2 overall pick. That was back in 2015, Marcus Mariota.
And you think back to his days at Oregon, Mike, Heisman Trophy winner, that dynamic dual-threat athlete at the quarterback position. It just seems like ever since that leg injury, he hasn't been able to recapture that old self, but make no mistake about it. This is a veteran, talented quarterback that has his eyes set on not only leading this team today, but leading them to victory.
And knock him down up beyond the 30. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
first down, Washington.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Second and 10.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Short one there, he's got Ertz. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
86.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, Washington.
First down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the side.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That is Bradley Chubb. Tough to stop. He comes up with the sack.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll look to throw. There's Ertz. He's got it right side. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end. Mike kind of patrolling that center field safety position, but this time he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
Throwing now on third and long. Looking down the field, but that falls incomplete.
Needless to say, there aren't many plays on the call sheet for that down and distance, so instead of doing something crazy and forcing a ball into coverage, he realizes that primary read wasn't there, throw this ball away, and puts an end to this drive.
On fourth down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Deep to return is Malik Washington. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. What a big play for the special teams unit, Greg. They get the block and the score. A big swing that starts with getting to the kicker.
Yeah, exactly right, Mike. And anytime you draw up a successful punt block rush, it starts with identifying the breakdown of the protection unit. In this case, they found that weak link. They were able to exploit it. It leads not only to the block, but to the touchdown.
Riley Patterson now to have the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Commanders nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders offense ready to possess the football for the second time. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Moore going in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. To the outside, a catch made by Moore. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's third down coming up.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Gonna look deep, looking for more. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
So I don't hate this call, Mike. You think it's third and short, everyone's at or near the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of green grass downfield in the passing game. Traditionally, though, I'm a little more comfortable with this call when you've made the decision that even if it falls incomplete, you're going for it on fourth down. So I don't love third and short, bomb, punt. I do love third and short, okay, you fail, I'm going to go for it on fourth down.
The Dolphins offense ready to take over for their second possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. First carry here for Devon and he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Ron Payne there for the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Tua. In trouble, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
It is 3rd and long. Tua gonna throw. It is caught. It is Westbrook-Ikhine. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Commanders' offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Begin here on the ground. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. He takes off. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
15. First down, Commanders.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Handoff here, up the middle, and the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
On the tackle. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one on target to Moore. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 22 yards.
That pass play good for 22. Good for a Commander's first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Grant on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's second and 9. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. A quick slant, hooked in by Moore. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch, and brings up first down.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Back to the air once more on second down. Kyle Dodson in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's third down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Third and a long way to go. Going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
A 43-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good, and the Commanders are on the board. It's 7-3.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. On the return, Malik Washington. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the second quarter as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Washington. Sending it deep for Waddle. That is brought in. And he'll be out of bounds, but they move it down to the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 50 yards.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
19-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. In motion, Westbrook-Akine.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Here we go. Back to throw is Tua. Forced out wide. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And the Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and goal.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Here comes Waddle on the jet sweep. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
Brought down right at
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
Here's Tagovailoa. To the goal line and in. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. On comes Patterson for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins extend their advantage to 14-3.
Commanders 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. give on the ground. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Oh, he just does beat the play clock as he'll set up to throw.
Pass interference. Defense. Automatic first down.
Now give up the middle, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. After that play, we have one of the commanders who is down. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9. And 3rd down coming up.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
This one down the field, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll run right here. It's Achane. And this will not help the cause. He's going backwards. Tackled back at the 8.
Quarterbacks are drafted for their coverage ability. We see it year in and year out. Teams want to fortify their pass defense. But when they can come up in run support, it's just an added bonus for a defense. And this young rookie, he was one of the best picks available last year's draft, and we can see why.
Receiver in motion, going right. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And this a slight improvement over the previous. He's not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and He's able to bring him down for no gain.
3rd and long. Here's 2. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets this one to Moore. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Run complete to Jalen Lane. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup of 15 in the air. 1st down, Washington.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
He'll step up and run this. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Back to throw. A throw there on 2nd down. Going to be incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
He's got the veteran Zach Ertz. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Not much there, maybe a yard.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
They'll go again with McNichols. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd down and 9. Throwing now from the gun. That's complete. John Bates, the tight end. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They'll motion over Samuel. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That one caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Commanders are back within 4. It is 14-10.
14. Commanders 10.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll start out first down and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. A throw behind his man. Can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Tua, give it to Achane, and that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
Third down and 9. From the gun, here's Tua. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Here's Jake Bailey now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. On play action, he'll set up to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
To the air now on first and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's second down.
He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And it'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play. It's now fourth down.
Here's Tress Way now, as he's on to punt for Washington. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Tua. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
So, Mike, regardless of what everyone else is playing, anytime there's a one single high safety, whether everyone's in man or zone, he's really just a full field zone defender. His job is to just help everyone across the board, and there's an element of instincts, there's an element of understanding offensive game plan, and then at the end of the day, you've got to have the speed and the ball skills to get to the ball and contest as many throws as you can. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's going to take a shot down the field. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
The Commanders' offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw here to begin the drive. He gets it to Samuel, left side. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break.
And a yard at the 46-yard.
2nd and a yard. Slot man gonna move in motion left. He'll drop to throw. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play.
Pick up on the 11 yards on that one. Good for a Commanders' 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the
Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Back to the air one more time. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down. Now the Commanders will use their third and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. So, halftime straight ahead. And we'll send it to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. The tight end, Ertz, in motion. Now, faking the give. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Down, but what a run down to the 40. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
First down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll stay on the ground. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
They'll stick with him again. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. They get 18 on that one. First down, Washington.
18 on the play.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
On the handoff, McNichols. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Now this time, they'll look to throw. I had a defender draped all over, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Washington now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Play action, it's Tua. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. It's second down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he let him a bit too much. That pass is incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. It's a big play there for Miami. An even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
On the handoff, this is H.N. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
16 more yards.
A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down.
First and 10 at the
This is where you have to be
18-yard line.
careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead. The back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Tua. The second down throw is incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Tua gonna throw. A quick slap caught by Hill. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
To be a prolific passing offense in this league, you have to be able to both throw the ball from the pocket and you have to be able to operate and convert on third downs. And they've really done both at a high level on this drive, and to no surprise.
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Miami.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Patterson now to add the extra point. The kick is good, and the Dolphins extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13.
Commanders 13.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Deebo Samuel gonna get a chance to return it. Ooh! And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with first and 10. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 3. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. There he goes again.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's third down and a few inches. They'll go with the sneak. And he's across midfield, and more importantly, he's got the first down at the 49-yard line.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Here's a run with McNichols. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Grant on the tackle. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. Pass caught left side. That's Ertz. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
19 yards.
They get 19 on that pass play. Good for a Commander's first down.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, two things need to happen. One, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
He was taken down at the
That's
10-yard
19 yards for the second straight play. They are rolling. Another first down.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4.
A 6-yard.
At this point, we're going to need two hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
A loss of a yard.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he overshoots everyone. It's through the back of the end zone and incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on down.
These are the opportunities when they present themselves, you have to capitalize. And in this case, it was the defense that forced the turnover on downs and kept them out of the end zone.
Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
Taken down by Bobby Wagner. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18-yard line.
In motion, Westbrook-Akine. Once again, it's Achane. And he'll lose big yardage on this one. Trying to get to the edge, instead steps out of bounds well behind the line.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down and they're able to do it for a loss.
Going up top. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Little miscommunication there, and that brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. As he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Chop Robinson in there to drop him, and that's going to be a loss of 9 to open this drive.
So many of these possessions start with negative plays on first down, and you're just going to hear every offensive coordinator stress. It is so important we don't fall behind the sticks, but when you just can't pass protect and give your quarterback time, this is going to continue to happen.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Well, rookie out of Michigan, Kenneth Grant, getting in for the sack. And that's going to lead to third and very long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll get into the slide here, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Opens up this fourth quarter. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Throwing is Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage there defensively, and here you find yourself in a one-score game. Like, he understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away, snap it again.
Third and long. Now Tua. Under pressure, and down he goes.
mean, they have to find a way to keep this as a one-possession game. This will at least give them a chance to do so, depending on what happens here on 4th down.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Commanders' offense and their running back set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They're going to run. That's the man from OK State, Ollie Gordon. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 4. They'll run this one straight ahead with Aitken. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it. And he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Tua. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as the 1st down completion nets about 3.
Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll step up and run, and he gets this to the 40. That's about a yard short of the 1st down, so we'll have 3rd down coming up.
That's a gain of 5.
And that was really well defended along the back end, Mike. And with nobody open downfield, he's got no choice but to turn into a runner. They end up rallying to the ball, and they limit to a minimal gain.
He'll try and run it here. It's Achane. It looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down.
And defensively, these are the opportunities, Mike, at this stage in the game you just can't miss. It's a close game. Fourth quarter, you find yourself trailing. You've got to be able to come up in that spot and force a stop. Instead, now the offense can drain even more time off the clock with a fresh set of downs.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We spend so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
A play fake. Now, two of the throw. It is caught. It is Westbrook-Akine. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Miami.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just...
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. The NFL's active leader in sacks, Von Miller, in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Throwing on third down, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That'll be taken in by Moore. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A couple of big plays to start this drive. How about 17 on this one?
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner, the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big game.
And he's out of bounds, gain of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. They'll look to throw. field and hauled in by Samuel. They'll have down. It's a gain of 28.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
A gain of 9.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. You're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense, so give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a first and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
First and goal, Washington.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Second and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. They'll run the sneak, and he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Marcus Mariota, touchdown Commanders. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, how often do we say it's a 1-possession game, but that's a 2-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a 1-score game. They need this 2-point conversion here to tie it up.
They'll let their tight end run it, as he will get into the end zone for 2, and this game is tied.
It doesn't happen often in the NFL, Mike, but there is nothing better when the entire stadium, the opposing team, everybody knows what play is coming, and they still can't stop it. Man, what a feeling for an offense, and it's exactly the case here.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Dolphins offense headed back to take over once more. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Now, 2nd and 4. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 2nd down. chance. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
A massive play here. Late, tie game, third down. That's complete. It's Waddle. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Now it's H.A. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can. And when you connect, it is a thing of beauty. And in this case, it results in a touchdown.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. He's got it, and the Dolphins go up by 7, 28-21.
28, Commanders 21.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Commanders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Moore going in motion. They'll drop to throw. To the outside, a catch made by Moore. And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Dolphins come up with the turnover.
And there is the backbreaker, Mike. The one thing you can't have late in the ball game is a turnover. You're ready, you're up against the wall. You know you need a late score here to come back from behind, and let's give credit to this defense. They know they were a stop away from victory, and after forcing that late turnover, it looks like they're going to seal this one.
The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. And on the defensive side, they do still have their 3 timeouts, so there's an outside hope here you can force 4th down and see where things go from there. In motion is Hill. Tua, give it to Achane. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. Finding room to the 20. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Only 1 timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So a win here for the Dolphins. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. What a day from Madrid, as we say so long from the Spanish capital.
Go, baby!